relaxing. I didn't find my practice quite so stressful.
Wow. Well, that's very encouraging to hear. Thank you. Which exercises exactly are you referring
Just a
to?
second. It was just the slow practice, just from square one on that piece of paper. Oh,
Oh, the
right.
exercises with
Soft and
the
light ones.
economy of was it the economy of movement ones?
Yes. Yeah, I just went
Yeah.
through the whole book basically, just very quickly, but applied those to some of my regular warm ups. You know,
Yeah.
because I normally warm up with a lot of scales and arpeggios. Arpeggios are a sticking point for me right now because I
Uh-huh.
can't get
Okay.
the speed on the arpeggios. But when I
Okay.
took it back to the pressure, the accented exercise, it's just page three. That's all I've done, but just
Mm.
using that soft and light technique, and it just made such a difference.
Mm.
Couldn't believe it.
Okay. Excellent. Wow. Thanks for sharing that. That's yeah, it's really great. And yeah, it isn't it's pretty sometimes um surprising at how quickly changes can be made, I guess. And sometimes I'm very guilty of this too. Sometimes we kind of get into a sort of a routine. You know, we go through the motions a little bit, and that's what this workshop and information that I'm sharing. I hope sort of helps you to optimize anything, or maybe make some changes to your approaches or to your routine that might just breathe some new life, or give you
Mm.
some new ideas, revelations, or anything like that. So
Just made it more interesting, really.
just
Just it
more,
sounded
more,
beautiful,
yeah,
and
that's
and it was only a scale.
well, that I think that's the sign. That's probably one of the best signs of a great practice. Is that you, whatever you're playing, you're just enjoying it and it's beautiful. You know, even if it's
Yeah.
just an open E string. You know, if you can appreciate that and enjoy that, then I think that's a really good sign. Or a simple arpeggio, or a simple exercise, or simple melody, or
Mm.
something. You know, so very very nice. Okay. Um, well, so we talked about the methods yesterday. Was everyone here yesterday, last night, for last night's workshop where I went through the methods? Maria, were you here?
I was here until the last half hour because I'm a recovering insomniac, so I have to watch the blue light. Sometimes when my
Okay,
eyes sting, I might have to do that, unfortunately, as
of
much as
course,
I'd love to stay for all of it.
no
So
problems, no
yes, I
problems.
stayed, I think it was the last half an hour that I couldn't, I think it was, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So you would have gotten the gist of the six methods then, I think.
Yes.
Um, so okay, great. And if you're there, Anthony, were you here yesterday? I haven't heard from Anthony yet. I'm not sure. Hello, Anthony. Well, maybe when Anthony's here, or maybe he's struggling with his equipment. I'm not sure. But anyway, maybe we can get straight into it and start with some demonstrations. Is there anyone that would like to begin with an example? I think I have. Most of you sent me some pieces that you're working on. Would anyone like to begin?
Always reluctant to get the first one, isn't it?
First one. The first one's always yeah.
I'll have a go first if you like.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
try. Should I
quite
try
happy
this
to.
view? No, I like the speaker view. Cool. So what would
But
you like to work on?
my my issue always has been I've been playing guitar since I was 12, so it's a long time ago now. And I've never been able to play quickly at all. And despite all sorts of trials and tribulations over the years. And I'm working on a piece, Leo Brouwer, his study number 6, which I've played now for about 30 years probably, since I first came across it. And it kind of goes at a tempo of around about 80 beats per minute. With a fair wind, it might go up to about 85 or even 90 if I'm lucky. It's never gone faster than that. It won't go faster than that. And that seems to be about my tempo for just about everything as a maximum limit. And it's quite frustrating, really. And one of the beauties of this particular piece is that it's arpeggio based, and it's essentially pretty much the same arpeggio all the way through the piece. So what I did following yesterday is I looked at isolating the two hands and concentrated on just playing with the right hand, because I feel that's where the problem probably lies. And what that does is let me sweat that down a little bit. The pattern runs and that's it. So it's 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and then it just starts and does it again and again. With the notes, it's that was wrong. And then it changes chords and moves through a cycle of chords. My issue is ultimately that best speed is about that. And I'd like it to go. It's to me, it sounds like individual notes rather than a flow of notes, which I think would come if it would go faster, but it won't. I can't seem to make it go any faster. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Great overview of what you've been experiencing. So you did right hand only, and have you ever done that before?
No, it's first time.
Okay. Did you find any?
And what I found was that doing just the right hand very quickly made the right hand feel more secure. But it also made me realise that the second note of the patterns of the 1 E, I was tending to emphasise that E, which is obviously not on the beat, and that was kind of making it feel a bit unstable. Because it naturally became a bass note, an emphasised note, then a couple of non-emphasised notes, then the emphasised note went in the right place on the beat, and it did for the next beat, but it kind of caused a stumble, which I started working on by trying to really emphasise the 1, 2, 3 rather than all the eanders in between. And that seems to have stabilised a bit. So although it's not got any faster, it feels more secure than it did this time yesterday.
That's something that's already a significant leap of progress in a short amount of time, and that relates to accent as well, like we talked about. So you sort of covered two there. hand separate and accent. So that's great. What I'd suggest you try next is to add even another one of the methods to it, which is chunks and bursts.
Okay.
I think this might be the thing. We might be throwing a few of these methods on top of each other, but I think this would be the next one to try. So you could try maybe just what is it? Maybe just the first group PAMIA. Okay, so that's.
I'm finding that as I do that, in order to make it go faster, I'm working my fingers harder, so the volume's increasing, which I think goes against the softer lights. I think
okay.
I probably got to introduce soft and light as well.
Soft and light as well. Yeah. I think we'll be throwing a lot of these on the Etude, which is great. So if you can, maybe try soft and light as well, if you can.
Okay. That's better.
Yeah. Do you know what you did that changed it? You know what happened?
No idea.
Did anyone else notice what happened to his hand?
The motions were minimized.
Yeah, the motions were minimized.
The motion of the fingertips got smaller.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You were also doing, to be even more specific, there was your A finger was kind of doing a bit of a flick, but Tom's in that the economy of motion just improved. And that's what I was going to suggest, that you try to minimize the motion, because the larger the movement, the more volume you'll also get too.
Yeah.
My feeling is that we should start with the simpler arpeggio exercises to settle the hand and minimize the motion of the fingertips to begin with.
We could,
and then going to more adventurous arpeggios.
We could do that. Maybe that's something Kevin could do in his practice. But I think there's enough. I think we can make changes to this pattern already. I mean, I'm already seeing changes happen. So, but I think that is a good point. It is good to go back to really basic arpeggio patterns as well, because that allows you to just refine it even more, taking away some of the complexity. But I think for today, I think we could continue. We'll see how we go. So minimize the movement. So what we've done: hand separate, chunks and burst, economy of movement, soft and light. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 of the
That's
6.
a lot, isn't it?
4 of the 6. Maybe we could add to the chunk a little bit, or try a different chunk. So you could try. I think you're getting a good result there for the first chunk of the arpeggio. Just to give everyone some context. Yeah.
Is there any value in say that chunk was the first 5 notes?
Yes.
Is there any value in sort of building the size of the chunk by adding another note or another couple of notes?
Yeah,
you could be better to chunk a different piece entirely off the arpeggio.
Could do it either way. So you could add incrementally, you add 1 note at a time, or you could work on a different chunk. So maybe going from here to here next.
Yeah.
Maybe we could try this approach first. Doing the next chunk from here to this to there.
That's that bit.
up to the A finger on the second string.
Yeah.
With the A finger,
That's the one, isn't it?
And maybe starting on the first string, please. So.
Okay.
And it's A finger to end the pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I like about this method of chunks and bursts, because you might find a particular spot in the pattern is presenting it gives you a kind of revelation that, I'm not quite as comfortable in this area of the pattern as I am in other areas. So that one took you a little bit longer to sort of...
It did.
There was that
I
little
suppose it's because there's a little right-hand shift almost to move from the A finger getting the E string versus the B string. So it's just got to come back a little bit. Yeah. So it's an additional movement.
Yeah. Yeah. And remember that the A finger at the end is on a relatively strong beat, yeah?
Yes.
So if you can try to think of the notes before, almost like...
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That feels better.
Yeah, sounding better. Yeah, now you're getting a great flow, a bit more speed in there. Yeah. Yep, your motion, again, economy of motion's improved.
Yeah.
Maybe just a bit more emphasis on that last A finger, if you can, but
yeah,
it's great overall. Yep. And then maybe we can try the last chunk, which would be... So the thumb is it's the thumb on the 5th string twice.
On 5th string.
Yeah. Maybe with that one, you can.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And again, that last note you're playing with the thumb that will be the strongest.
It's beat one, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's a bit of a challenge, because the thumb likes to be strong.
Yeah.
By its default, because it's like, it's bigger. So you've got to keep it quiet the first time it plays, and then loud immediately after that. That's it. Yeah, that's great.
That's excellent. Better.
Excellent. So that's really good. You made great progress with each chunk. I think that's a great starting point, because that allows you to boost up the tempo, boost up your speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. That's now I can sort of see how to apply that to the piece. I'm quite happy I can go away and work on that now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Thank you.
All right. Beautiful.
And don't forget about that simpler arpeggios. You can practice it with even simpler arpeggios, the same technique, short bursts, to minimize motion of the fingertips, because your fingertip is passing much too far, like after striking the string,
Yeah.
So when it wants to strike the next time, it's too far.
It's got too far to go. That's a really good point, Tom. Thank you for that.
Yeah, yeah. I like
But
this
it's only obvious, you know, when I look at your camera, which gives you very good zoom, you know, like what you're doing, yeah? Because normally you don't observe that close, yeah?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, you gave us a good view of your hand there, which was great. So,
thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Tom, and thank you, Kevin. Excellent work. Okay, so who would like to have a go at another example? Anyone? Next.
I'll have a go. I know I had a go yesterday, so I thought other people should maybe have a go before I have a go, but don't really mind. Somebody else wants to go first, or if not, if nobody else wants to, I'll go in.
Let's have let's have you, Trisha, and maybe you'll help sort of ease other people in a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, fine. After yesterday, I worked quite a lot on the session and what we've been doing, and I found it's really useful. I found the relaxation thing, even when I was playing pieces that have really got lots of movements in them, just to take that moment, just to relax. I found that I could just keep telling myself, relax, 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 and play lighter. And I could feel that that's going to be something for me that's going to help. I will obviously work on all the other bits as well. So I've got, it's interesting that the things which I realised I trouble with are similar to what I did yesterday, actually, similar types of phrases. So there's one which is just a little fast run of notes. After playing, not too fast, obviously. By the time we get to the bottom, it ends up a bit fluffed. So to try to get that sort of fluid right to the last note would be nice. It's on so it runs right the way down. But as I say, just to always get it fluid is tricky. And the other one was a little last bit on the Serenata Espanola, similar type of thing as I did yesterday.
Oh, that's a bit different.
Yes. Again, by the time I get to the last bit.
Yeah, that's a different. What transcription?
There are two different endings to it, aren't there? And I can't remember whether that is Yepes. I think Narcissa Yepes might do that ending.
Must be Yepes because Tariga's is like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah. I actually learnt both endings, but I rather like that one.
Like
it's
different. I like that one. Okay. I think maybe we could use this one as an example, and if there's time, we could do the other one. The other one to me was sounding pretty good already in terms of flow and speed. And maybe applying what we talk about with this one might just give it a bit more consistency. Maybe that's what you're after. It's like you want to play it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's also under tension. If I'm playing the piece to anybody, I know that's the very last line. It's interesting because it's the last line in the other piece too that I played first. And it's that moment of tension that I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to end this with an accurate flourish, and it's just not going to happen.
It's very easy to think, here comes that run at the end, and then that's when it can...
You've almost sort of nailed it wrong, haven't you, the moment you start thinking that.
Okay, but I think a few methods we could try with that run. I'm not familiar with it, but I can get you to demonstrate. So I think again, maybe what we could look at first is chunks and bursts first. We'll maybe do a smaller chunk. If you could just that much of it first, please. Because what I'm hearing is there's a little bit of a gap in between the shifts. So if you chunk it up to the first note of the next position, if you know what I mean, of the next group, and try to get the flow, try to minimize any sort of gap in between, right?
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm catching another string. I can hear something else sounding.
What is the next? Can you play the next pattern as well, please? This could. My left hand wanted to go to the second finger on the E on the second string. What if you tried?
Then I've got to get this C. I've got to get my C afterwards.
Okay. Let me try. Let me try with the third. It's quite a tricky movement with the third finger. Yeah. I think part of it, a rotation might help to get, if you can. Oh, you could also hold your second finger down. Hold your second finger down. I think a little bit of a rotation might help to get that, just to bring that third finger over. Definitely identified, I think, a specific problem area though. So, yeah, that's.
The thought of holding the C, which is quite obvious if
So
I'd
hold
have
the
looked.
C. Yeah.
It's amazing that, isn't it? You don't realise how many times you've already got your finger on a note and you take it off only to put it back on again. Yes.
Maybe if you could please just up to the E on the second string now. Yeah. So we want to refine that movement so that there's no gap. There's still a little bit of a gap.
But it's triplet semiquavers, then a quaver.
Oh, okay. So maybe I've got the rhythm. So the rhythm is.
It's dum dum.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. I thought the rhythm was just continuous, so it's.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Different story then. Yeah, different story. Okay. So that. Yeah.
I do have that. There is that moment of time.
Yep.
It's the same.
Okay.
So there is that moment of time, but I hadn't realised that I could hold, as you say, to hold the. But when I'm actually realised now that as I'm taking that off, I'm sounding another string.
Yeah. Fourth string. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, a little trick you could do. Because there's a little bit. You could just plant your thumb.
What about using free string? You know, like the E. Use the free string for E.
You could do that. It'll change the effect a little bit.
Change the effect, but this is valid alternative.
Yeah. We could maybe before going to that, maybe we could try to get this movement more refined, because I think it's a good skill to. Sometimes it's good to push ourselves a little bit and grow, and before changing it drastically. And I think as a maybe a final resort, we could think about changing the fingering. But I think I feel like we're almost there, So you could try to plant your thumb.
Well, this is what I find normally, that I test 2 or 3 fingerings, and have to become fluent in each of them to some degree.
That's why I don't want to move.
Only then I make a decision. Okay, I try this, try that, and from whatever, one fingering gives me the greatest potential, greatest fluency, greatest expression, and the freedom of play.
Yeah, I just prefer to optimize the current fingering Patricia has first, and I think she's had problems with her connection, before we try something different, because I think she can optimize what she's got. Have we got Tom? Who we have? Looks like Tom might have lost connection too. Must be a lot of people on the internet tonight, probably. There we go. Patricia's back.
I was just asking whether Trish could play it again.
My internet just died. Sorry, I missed all of that.
I think a few of us just had problems at the same time with the internet, but
okay. I thought it was me.
They were all back.
I thought it was me.
Is Tom there or frozen? I think Tom's
maybe
frozen.
Just a little bit slower, Trish, because it looks like your hands, it's purely an observation, it looks like your hand's really tight. I think you just could lift your wrist a little bit and it might make it...
So, a little bit of relaxation. Yeah.
When you're doing the 3 strings, the first 3 high strings and that last little passage, just looking, it's a purely observation, it's not what you're playing, but if you just lifted your wrist a little bit, it might just make it more comfortable. I don't know. Just there, yes, a little bit, just sort of just moving your wrist out a little bit, just giving a bit of height and just...
Maybe that's a bit better up there.
Yeah, so maybe
it's just a comfort thing more than anything, because everyone's fingers are different lengths. You don't know how it feels, but
you were I can try that, lifting that up just a little bit.
A little bit. Just that change of position gives you a bit of relaxation, because sometimes it feels really tight when you try.
It might be cramped. Yeah, you might be getting into a cramped position, I think, with the left hand as it's progressing across the strings. That's a good point.
Yeah,
Deb.
Could be.
And
just
relax.
When I lost you, you were about to give me a little trick to stop the string ringing as I
lifted. It was just to plant your thumb on the 4th string.
Just to put as soon as I played that A, to put my thumb on it,
put your thumb on
move
it
across, yes.
And then that's going to eliminate any, because it's very easy even to have a slight amount of that string going. So planting the thumb on.
Yes.
And then Deb's other point about tension and relaxation, I think that could be, this is a really good one, because you've got those pauses in the rhythm. That's a good opportunity to release tension, relax, and then relax, right? And you could sometimes it helps to actually lift your fingers off when you're practicing with this method in mind.
Yeah.
To really feel that, full sense of relaxation. Do you want to try? Maybe now you could pause for a couple of moments.
Yep, just trying to relax in between.
Yep.
Yeah, I can work on that.
So I think those points there might might help, I think. And if you're not doing this already, when you get to these higher positions, it might also be helpful to prepare. I'm not quite sure if you're doing this because I can't see your hand when it's playing right up here. But if you have the actual notes all under the fingers, so for example, like with that one, and then this one, having them all sort of blocked, all of those notes ready. So your fourth, so you keep, that's it, like that. Yeah, keep the fourth finger down. And then there, if you can have, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I hadn't thought of that. That's
I think that
idea.
will help too. Yeah, I think that would be helpful. That's relating to economy of movement as well. So that was great.
Okay.
There's quite a few of the methods there. Tension and relaxation, economy of movement.
And I think the soft and light too.
Soft and light. That's always a great one to just default to.
Yes. I did about an hour's practice after the session yesterday, and as I say, the soft and light and the relaxation were the ones that I was trying to put into all my pieces, and I could, think, yes, this is going to help.
Awesome.
Yes.
Maybe one more that could help.
There's a limit.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, there's always a limit. I mean, I'm getting older, my hands are getting stiffer. I've got a problem with my little finger in this hand that won't stretch out like it used to. And I think you have to accept there's a limit to what speed you're going to get. It's like Kevin was talking about with the Brouwer. We're never going to play it like you, Daniel, but we can still improve somewhat. I think that there is a limit to what we can do. I mean, I practice harder, but I just get slower, as I get older. So I'm sure other people might start to feel the same. It can get quite frustrating. There's no benefits to getting old in this world.
Wisdom. What about wisdom? Come on.
Wisdom. No, I always used to say, you're supposed to get older and wiser, but I just get older.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm sure you've learnt a lot over,
I've learned. The trouble is, you get older and you know a lot, but you just can't do it anymore. So it's kind of annoying.
But I was just going to say maybe one more method that could be great for a passage like this is hand separate and doing it with the left hand only as well. And that might just help to reinforce. I think as a reinforcement, it might help with the economy of movement, tension, relaxation. I think that might really help to, and then you can really gauge how much pressure you're using and the position of your hand, like as Deb was talking about, the freeing up the space. So do you want to give it a go maybe a couple of times with
just doing the left hand?
Left hand only, yeah. Oh, and actually, if you could mute the strings too with your right hand, please. Yeah. So with those first, with the first few, you could actually do the same thing, and block.
Get that on.
Get the fourth finger on. Have all three fingers ready.
I think of it as a chord as I put it on.
Yep.
But then.
Yep.
Makes you realise how well you know a piece when you have to do it like this, doesn't it? Because you can't hear whether you're doing it right.
Yes. It's a great method for memorization too.
I say so the chord. I might think of that as I go across too.
So, and then relaxing as much as you can in between the shifts.
And relaxing in between, okay.
And then gauging how much pressure, just trying to use less pressure.
Just how much, yes.
As well.
Yeah, because it can be. Yeah. It can often be a lot of tension, can't you? Don't realise.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Okay.
maybe play it
I will work at that.
one last time, you know, with the right hand as well for us? Thanks.
That's worse than it was before, but that's just me.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think of putting the chords
There's lots
down,
of things
so,
that we've
yeah.
put. Yeah, we've made a lot of changes, but I
you
also
sometimes have to go. Yeah, you have to go backwards before you can go forwards. Sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I like to think of it as like planting seeds. You know, you've got these seeds, they're planted, they will bear fruit after a little bit of practice. So sometimes we can make immediate changes, and sometimes we need to plant seeds that will then grow and bear some fruit later on. So I think I think that will.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
For that, so.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Trish, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Trish, just I can't see clearly enough, but when you're planting, are you planting the chords, or you're just placing your fingers down as you're playing each individual note?
Well, I was doing the individual notes, but when Daniel said about the chords, I'm trying now to put on the chord.
Because I love that piece. It's really good. I never get up to that fast bit. Yeah, that's good.
All right, thank you. And there's a couple of comments that I've missed here. Jill said that she studied the Brouwer study extensively and improved her flow by the accent exercise that we went through yesterday, and lots of apoyando and tirando practice. Excellent. And Maria, frankincense oil will help the stiffness. That's great. That's really great. I like to, it's good to think about some remedies like that can help us as well. So thanks for sharing that. Frankincense oil, I think at one point, because my wife does some of those, sometimes what are they called? Diffusers, I think. And I don't remember if that was one of the oils that she was using. Do you just put that straight on just a couple of drops on your hands or arms? Or?
So long as it's real frankincense, therapeutic.
Real.
So they're about $100 and something a bottle. You only need a couple of drops. Yes. And it's better if they're you could put it in jojoba oil or olive oil, coconut oil, so it locks them in.
Okay.
Just need one or two drops.
All right, great.
And I was my mother's carer with terrible arthritis.
Yeah, and that helped.
And she laughed until she put it on.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for sharing that. It might help. That might really help someone here if they try it out. And excellent. It
beats Voltaren creams or any other drugs that you can put on there that have side effects, and this only has a positive outcome for you.
Great. Excellent. Thank you. Cool. So two out of 7, I think we've done. So who would like to go next? The tumbleweed and the crickets chirping. How about
I try one little part?
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Awesome.
See if I remember.
Thank you, Maria. What are you going to try? Is it Villa-Lobos? No, what did you have? Recuerdos de la Alhambra was one that I think that you had.
And Recuerdos, Songs de Carillions, and Choro. Is that how you say it? Choro? Villa-Lobos, Choro, Songs de Carillions, and Recuerdos. But Yeah, I stumble and I fumble.
Okay, yeah. Which
Both
one would
hands.
you like to? What passage?
I'll give the songs to Carillion a little bit of that.
Okay.
And if my memory goes, then I'll just go to the little part annoying me.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so that little run particularly.
Beautiful.
I need to try and strengthen this slurs, get a grip on that.
Okay. And which run specifically was it? That one. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens. So that's great. So while I try to find the score, do you want to maybe just tell us what have you tried anything from based on yesterday or from your own experience? Have you tried anything to sort of make that more comfortable?
And that one.
Mm.
When you said to chunk them, and I was familiar with that, and then just I go over a certain thing. I've slowed down a lot. I've tried to do things only with the left hand, so I don't play.
Yep. I think your volume has gone down. Has your volume got? Is her volume? Has Maria's volume gone down quite a bit for everyone else as well?
I can't hear her.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but your volume, Maria, has just gone down significantly. It's sort of almost muted at the moment. It's very soft.
I think it's operating system Windows because she's using the speaker, not the earphones, not the headphones. So
yeah, I can't hear anything at the moment now. Maybe headphones would work if you have some headphones around, or if you muted, or maybe like
I can try.
Give it a try. Thank you.
But then that won't put on it doesn't have a, yeah, I can try.
and my internet is so bad today that I get disconnected every 15 seconds.
Oh gosh, sorry, experiencing that, Tom.
And I cannot hear anybody playing. Only I heard Kevin, and I had trouble hearing Patricia, yeah. So
Tom, where are you? Tom, where are you situated?
I'm in a forest, yeah. Mount Best, called Mount Best. It's the middle of nowhere, yeah.
Okay, Maria.
It's 1 hour drive to the closest shop, yeah.
Maria, do you want to speak for us again a little bit and see? And it hasn't helped. It's very
no, I didn't think so.
Oh, now it's helped. Something's happened. Something's happened. It's better.
Yep.
Did you
Not to worry.
them? It's really good now.
Can I hear you now?
Now it's
Can
great.
hear you now.
Yeah.
Me now? Is that better?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what was happening. Much better.
I don't know. I'll try it. Oh, see, no. Did you hear anything?
Yeah. It sounded great. It's beautiful.
Yeah, see this? Sometimes this, you know, I hit the wrong strings.
Mm-hmm.
What happens with that? What can I practice for accuracy for my right hand?
Yeah, so it's sort of a slightly unrelated, I guess, topic, but
Okay.
it will probably help with developing speed anyway with the right hand. It's planting,
Sorry.
yeah, planting with the right hand. Have you tried planting or preparation? Have you come across
Is
that
that in
term
another
before?
workshop? No, I haven't heard.
I haven't covered it, but it's very widely covered online. If you look up right hand planting, it's a topic discussed in Pumping Nylon in the the Bible of guitar technique. Yeah. So Pumping Nylon, he mentions, Scott Tennant mentions it there. But yeah, preparation or planting. So what it is you prepare the right hand fingers in advance. And there are a couple of types. There's sequential planting and there's full planting. So if you had something like this, so for something like this, if you did it sequentially, you'd go, I'll get my screen larger. You'd go A, and then I would plant, and then M would plant, and then that's sequential planting, right? So do you want to give that a go first?
No.
Great if we could see your right hand a little bit more. Yep.
Dark?
No, that's good, thanks. Maybe a little slower, please, just to really, so we can really see the preparation. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. That's the idea.
Like that?
Yeah. And the thumb can also plant on the bass string too, on the D. Yeah, just before you get there in sequence. So after the M finger, your thumb could also plant on your thumb and the D finger.
And leave it there?
Yeah.
That's
Or is it
strange, yeah.
Yeah. Let's just look. Just one more. Just if we could just slow. Just that same passage again, because your thumb isn't actually planting.
No, I can't get it.
If you can get it with the A finger, just take all the time you need. So after the M finger, just plant thumb and A fingers together in as much time as you need. Yeah. Maybe could you please slow it down a bit more?
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. And then what would plant next would be I and M. So after the thumb and A fingers, then I and M would plant together, which I think you're doing. Okay, so that's called sequential planting. So that's you pick that up really quickly, and it's quite a different way of moving the fingers. So, and then full planting, as the name suggests, is where you would start the passage with your right hand on all of the strings like this, and you would just go. I'll make my screen bigger for a moment. So you'd have all fingers planted, and then you just lift. That would be full planting.
Wow. Well, yeah, I've got to get my head around.
Yeah. It's a very different way of moving, but.
Thank you.
So
and
you could try it. Yeah, you can, and then.
So and the chunking and that would help this become
I think
smoother.
chunks and bursts would help. Yeah. It's been a while. Is that the fingering you could you just play up to? Yeah. Oh, we got on one. Okay, great. So, you mentioned that you tried chunks and bursts already. Is that correct?
I think so. Yes, yes. But sometimes I still fumble. I suppose I have to just do more and slow down.
Yeah, perhaps could you show us? Could you please demonstrate how you did chunks and bursts on that passage?
Yeah, that would be with music. I'd have to. Probably stop it.
Up to there, stopping it.
So I'd go over the bar.
Yep. Yeah, you could
I
chunk
think
maybe
I started
smaller.
From before. Smaller?
Smaller chunks, maybe.
Yeah.
Just to get that first shift. Yeah. And then I think starting from that seems to be quite comfortable, and then maybe starting from here, doing that little chunk. Yeah, it's that little shift. You're in the fourth position for this, and then you go into the fifth position. Yeah. Sometimes it's the smaller shifts that we can neglect because they're so, they're so subtle that we sometimes don't acknowledge it as a shift. So I think that fifth position might help.
Yes, I've just realized that my little finger is slipping up to the next, off the string, and then because I'm anticipating going to that A. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I think smaller chunks and bursts might help. And then what's the next part? Okay.
Open.
My one suggestion with that is, but you're already doing. I mean, you seem fairly comfortable with this particular chunk of it. I would say. Do you sort of feel a bit more comfortable with this last bit of it?
I do now because I started practicing it more and focusing more and thinking about the chunking.
Yeah.
I had that, but before then it was more of a muddle.
Okay. So you've already made improvements on it. So that's
I
great.
feel.
Yeah, I think you have. I mean, I think it's
Thank you.
Sounding great there. But if you just wanted a couple of extra points of, security, one is that you've got these open strings, and so maybe during those open strings you could prepare these two fingers. I think that'll just increase maybe the consistency or the security of that. Yeah. That's with the left hand, and then with the right hand, maybe some preparation. I think full planting would be nice to do with the right hand. So you do. Right, so you'd have PIMA all down for that
Oh,
chord
Wow.
with the open strings.
Yeah, I can't get my head around that. I'm really going to have to slow
Take
down.
take a corrective pause to do that, so you can pause, so shift, and then give yourself as much time to plant the fingers down. Yeah, give yourself some time, you know, like shift and then plant and then play.
Plant.
Yeah, if you can, this is important, that if you can stop yourself intentionally, so stop, and then don't worry about the music having to continue. Give yourself as much time as you want. Plant, shift, and then that open E. That's where you want to stop. The open E. You can stop, shift, and plant, and then play. That's it. And give yourself as much time as you need. As much time as you need. Don't play until the fingers are planted.
All right.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
All right. Yeah, good.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'll focus
Fantastic.
on it.
So, yeah, thank you. That was really great. We talked about a lot of different things, and preparation, although it's not explicitly discussed in the book, in the methods, it is definitely part of economy of movement for the right hand, very specific. And that's something, again, as Tom talked about earlier, maybe practicing it on some really simple arpeggio patterns could be helpful. You know, it's where, like, back in my uni days, you know, we were all doing the Giuliani 120 studies and right hand arpeggios, and doing the different, you know, full planting, and then sequential. Yeah, so you could, if you practice anything similar to that, you could apply the preparation to those. Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, so got a few more to go. So, who would like to go next?
I'll try.
Jill. Excellent. Thank you. Now, was it you?
If the sound's not very good.
Yeah, I think you seem to be pretty clear. So, were you doing Villa-Lobos Etude 1?
Yes,
was that? Or
I'm just concentrating on the first 3 bars, really. There's lots of repeats in it. But I was paying a lot of attention to what you were saying to Maria, because while I'm doing this, I've gone back to the Giuliani studies.
Yeah.
And because the big flaw for me is changing the chords, because the chords are fairly similar in shape, but because they're going up and down the fretboard, my issue is the connectivity between them. They don't sound very smooth.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool.
Oops. Sorry.
No, it's just great.
You get the drift, yeah.
Get the idea.
So I'm just trying to. And then go for the.
All right, that's a really great first step, Jill. Yep.
Is that all right?
Chunk. Yep. What I'd suggest, excuse me, with that is if you can try to get your left hand fingers to sort of snap into the next chord as quickly as possible when you do that. So it could even be worth actually just maybe playing each chord once and going and trying to work on that movement. Maybe even left hand only could be good to try and just get that, you know, that's kind of the fingers sort of working together to move all together at the same time as quickly as they can. Yeah, and you could just kind of loop those two chords over it. Yeah, could you want to give that a go, please? Maybe just left hand only, actually. Please, just left hand only, just swapping between those chords. You can watch your left hand as you do that and see if there's any excessive movement to... I think it's 3, 4. That's okay. That's good. So I think it's 3, 4, 2, 1. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 3, 4, 2, 1. Yep, that's it. Right. Yep. Yep.
Irish. But yeah, that's such a valuable thing because it's the shape that I need to memorize.
That's it.
Right?
You're already getting a bit more, getting the connection a bit faster.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oops. We're not having a whole lot of luck with the internet connection tonight. Looks like Jill might have...
It's not very fast at all.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry, you're just frozen for a moment there. That's it. So I think you've got the idea, and you've already made significant progress. Could you try now playing the block chords? And what you want to think about is in between the last time you play that chord, that's when you want to move the left hand as quickly as you can. Significant improvement there compared to before.
Yet.
Sometimes it can help to think about each finger and what it's doing, the trajectory of each finger. So the second finger is just going across. I almost feel like the second finger is a bit of a guide because it's down on the second fret and it just goes across to the second fret of the third string, so that might help. And then thinking about the other fingers after that, you know, the first finger is pretty close already to the C. So it's really the third and fourth fingers then that are sort of heading out a little bit further. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now your second finger is ahead a little bit, which is that's it. Which is good, I think. Yeah.
My fingers are nervous.
Oh, they're doing a good job.
Thanks, Daniel.
To make a significant change like that, that's really great.
Oops, I lost it.
Good job. That's
I need to practice that a lot. I think if what do you think about taking it 2 chords at a time. You know how these chords are repeated right through to the 12th fret pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's great, especially in that first section where there's the chord changes are pretty. I think that maybe one section you don't need to do that as much as, you know, that where it goes down with the same shape, but
The diminished chord just goes down by
goes
frets.
down 1 fret at a time. So, but yeah, definitely that first section, that I think 2 chords at a time. You can do that same process and think about the trajectory of each finger and try to swap between the chords as quickly as possible. Watch your left hand for any excessive or large or unnecessary movements. So that's left hand. Maybe we could talk a little bit about the right hand. I feel like at the moment you're playing it slow, which is fine, but I think maybe even keeping the same tempo, you could maybe try to play it softer and lighter and with fewer accents. Yeah, 1. That'll be the next strong beat on the B. That's where the 3rd beat falls. So if you can make everything in between very light, those are like 2 pillars that you're sort of emphasizing. Yeah. Well, hey, look can we just stop for a second there? Wasn't that already a significant improvement in speed?
Yes,
to before?
Yeah, it was.
Like you just did, yeah? Like
yeah, it was, you're right.
Immediately, yeah? So
because I didn't hit the brain block about changing the chords, I think.
Yeah, or it could. You also just applied what I said. You applied it immediately, really well. So that was great. And look at that, you're getting even faster. You found a whole level of speed there. That's fantastic. Wow, excellent, excellent. Huge difference. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, excellent, fantastic. Okay, so hopefully those
that's
strategies there will
trampoline for me. I can go through the whole piece like that now. Thanks, Daniel.
My pleasure. All right. How many more do we've got? Anthony's here, and Tom and Deb, and I think that's it. So 3 more people. So Deb, you look like you're getting ready to demonstrate.
I'll give it a go. I get very shy though, but
that's all right. Yeah.
The piece I'm looking at is Artisane, after Piazzolla. It's the first one, a suite of 13 tangos. So
cool.
What I find difficult, like there's a repetition which is really easy, but I get all finger tied in the beginning, and then the change of the type of guitar playing. So you go into a rasgueado. I don't know how you say it, rasgueado. How do you say it? Rasgueado or something?
Rasgueado.
Rasgueado. Rasgueado. So I want to try to be able to link them both together so it sounds okay, but it's very difficult for me. And the other thing I find difficult is when you start this piece, it's all A-M-I, and I'd have this tendency, I want to use my thumb and the bass note all the time. But
why not use your thumb? Why not use your thumb there?
Well, I'm just going by the rules, you know. So.
But
anyway.
I don't see an indication of what fingers to use in the score. Is there?
I'm
is it
just
marked?
going by stems up. You know, so.
Okay. Well, I think there's nothing wrong with using your thumb if you wanted to give yourself permission to change that at some
So
point. You don't have to do that
it.
now. If you want to do it now, you can try. But if you prefer to do that later, but I think doing A-I-M-A. I'll show everyone the passage here, just to doing that as A-I-M-A. I would find that a bit uncomfortable too. There's a bit of a gap. But thumb doing A-P-I-A, I think would be, that would just fit under the fingers a little bit more easily, I reckon.
And it sort of fits with the emphasis on the, you know, the strength of the.
Yeah. It's great. So is that with this fingering now, Deb?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sounding good. Awesome. So that's something that, yeah, fingering, optimization of fingering, like Tom brought up yesterday. So that's good job. That's sounding great, and
right, like, so I'm not sure.
it's sounding, yeah, no, good job. The rasgueados are sounding. I think they're sounding pretty clean and clear, and
Maybe a lot faster and stronger or umphier or something.
well, it's I guess in relation to the tempo you're playing the entire piece at. So, that would mean if those became faster, that would mean that the whole piece would become faster as well.
I'd like to get up to speed. You know how you sort of put things in sections and then you need to mix and match and then get them together and all that.
Mix and match, mix and match. You could do, and so you could focus on the rasgueados and he's got so he's got the pattern that he's indicated is like that.
So
I
down,
and then
up,
A, up,
and
down,
then
down,
up.
yeah, down, up, yeah. That's a great passage to loop. You could do a loop of that.
And are you anchoring your thumb on the E string or the A string?
Yeah, I'm placing it back on the 5th string. I find, especially with rasgueados, that anchoring the thumb can be really helpful. And just in case, if it would be great, Deb, if we could see your fingers a bit more. Just can't really see your left or right hands. If you could, just to check. Thank you. Awesome.
Just go to the leading up to the rasgueado.
Okay. Yeah, I think it would be great to just focus on that first, this first bar here, this chunk, and just to loop that over and over again. And then that's where you'll be able to, I think, increase the speed once you get more comfortable with it.
Down, play open A, When do I get my thumb back on the A?
Immediately after the E. Immediately after the fourth string. Yeah, so you plant there. Yeah. And just make sure your thumb is playing the fifth string. I think you're playing the sixth string there. Yep.
Thumb again on E?
Yeah. And then the thumb goes immediately back to the fifth string. That's it. Yeah, I'll put you back on. Oops, full.
It always worry me when my thumb's all free and I'm not getting the right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a great little spot to, a great little passage where you to refine.
Loop and loop until I get that comfort, getting thumb back on the A string and then just getting.
That's it. It's a whole choreography that just takes some repetition to get, you know, just like a dancer would, you know, go through the choreography, the sequence. Might be helpful to watch your right hand too, please. If you could watch your right hand, that would be great as you do it. And if we could just see a bit more of your hand, we can see like 3/4 of it. If you could sit back a little bit, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So even for the first strum with your eye finger, I think it would be great if your thumb was on the A string, on the fifth string as well. So that's ready to just pluck it. Yep. And then straight back onto the fifth string. Yes, good job. Yeah, excellent.
When you're coming up on the upstrokes, you're really just brushing, aren't you? So you try and get the 3, but if you don't get the 3, does that really?
Yeah, no, it's not super important that you get all 3. It's more just a general flick, you know, flick in the direction. I think
you're doing AMI.
Yeah, I'm doing what is indicated. I, and then AMI. Yeah. So you're doing a great job with your thumb movement now, and I think that's helped a little bit already. It's great. That's all right. Yeah. You're doing a fantastic job.
Looping.
Yeah, just keep looping and find any, you could think about the different methods, and one that I'm thinking about right now is economy of movement. Maybe with the strums, your the amount of movement you use, maybe you could experiment with reducing it. So maybe not letting the extensors come out so much, but it might even be useful to just do that last, just that. And see, I'm trying to keep my movements fairly small. Like, instead of that, sometimes your extensors, the fingers sort of come out maybe a little bit too much. If you could just minimize that a little bit more, you might get even more speed and control in there. Do you want to give that a...
I was always under the understanding that it should be really like you flick out and you come back, flick out, come back.
Yeah.
But that's not right?
Well,
what you're saying, just a little bit more economy of movement.
I think a bit more economy would be, especially if you want to get a faster tempo. So that's kind of the deciding factor. If you were doing a big one chord and it was just like, you know, at the end of a piece, then you could do, you know, a nice big movement. But because if you want to, you know, the faster you get, the smaller the movements will need to become, because the larger the movements are, the more that can slow you down. So it's in proportion to how fast you want to play, basically. So if you can minimize the movements, I think that will potentially open up greater speed for you. Yeah, do you want to just maybe spend a little bit of time on that, please? Refining the extensors and flexors. I think for this, for this part here, you could actually practice an even smaller chunk. Just that there. Da 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 dum. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so just repeat that. Yeah, great. And now you can watch your right hand, please. And then that's where you can start to maybe minimize the movement. That's it. Yep. Good job. All right.
I shall work on that.
That's great. Fantastic. Great work. I think that will that'll open up some greater speed in that bit there. So excellent. Well, you're already playing it you're playing a really great job playing through that first page.
I think you played just the first bit of it, Daniel. Would you mind just playing the first bit up to the rasgueado?
First bit up to the rasgueado. Okay, I can give it a go.
Just seeing that into that first bit of it.
Put the score up for everyone
Please.
to.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Just give me a sec. Okay. I don't know the rhythm. It's probably not a great example, you know, for sight reading it. I'm not sure. Because I don't know the piece.
No, but that's
so
good because that's what I'm hearing in my head, what I'm trying to play, and it's just matter of getting that rhythm out. Yeah, so that's good, and the accents. So,
yeah, with this kind of music, accent is really. I mean, you know, it's kind of got it marked out at the start, but accent's really, especially when you get this kind of thing, bum bum but bum bum, but that can really come out against the steady 4. Kind of, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of rhythmic tension between the straight, and then bringing those notes out there. So,
and there's a few there that look like a staccato with the
that's difficult to do actually. Yeah.
I just try and lift off, and hopefully that's enough to stop it.
Yeah. I think that'll probably do enough. But no, great, excellent. So I think that passage there will be a really good one for right hand economy. Yeah, it's fantastic. Thanks, Deb. That's wonderful.
Thanks very much, Daniel.
Excellent. My pleasure. Okay. Well, we could just maybe sort of power through. We've only got Tom and Anthony. If Anthony's there, are you there now, Anthony? We've not sure if you're just sitting back and watching, or
You might be AWOL.
yeah. That's okay. All right, no worries. So Tom, we can. Oh, here he is. Okay, so he's going. Okay, you're just watching. No worries.
I'm really worried about the internet because it's good for 10 seconds, you know, and I'm kicked out. So I rebooted the computer twice.
Oh gosh.
Because and now it seems better, but I cannot guarantee. You know, like.
Well, let's just you know, hope for the best. It's hanging. You know, it's doing good right now. So yeah. So Tom, you want to demonstrate your etude? Is that correct? Was that?
Okay, I'll try. Now.
Uh-oh, looks like Tom's internet might be cutting out, unfortunately. Oh, it's coming back.
And so on. Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. Yeah, your connection started to break down.
Did you hear anything?
We heard most of it. Beautiful.
Did you hear anything at all?
Yeah. We heard most of what you played, just towards the end. Yeah, bravo. Beautiful study and very well played.
My attention is on a computer. Do you hear anything? Because
yeah, we heard that.
When I play, all your pictures are frozen.
We're frozen in just awe of you. We're just listening to you, I think. So, yeah, that was great. That was wonderful. So Tom, what are you?
This was a bit.
Yeah, sorry. Continue, please continue.
So this was a short version, you know, like of it, because I just modified the structure today, and I can't quite remember it, you know, like what I did. Yeah.
I think
Tom, what is it that you're playing? What is the piece called?
Oh, this is Etude 1 hash.
1 hash.
Because it is only one one accidental G sharp, you know, like yeah, this is.
That's it there.
So it's your own piece. I didn't realise that, Tom. Thank you. It's beautiful.
Yeah. That's it there.
This is part of my contribution to composition course that is going on.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So, what? It's it's sounding pretty good, you know. Is it something you want to, you know, more security, more consistency, more, or what are you sort of
well, if I could focus 100% on the music, it would be good, you know, like. But I'm sitting in front of the computer, and I'm not sure what you hear or what you don't, and if I need to intervene. And I had the same problem, you know, when I was doing live concert on the internet. You know, I never knew, you know, like what people hear and when I need to intervene to change some settings, you know, and, you know, like things like that. So playing live in front of people is much less stressful for me, because I can feel the feedback, you know, like that people hear me. Here, I don't know. And with this internet connection exceptionally bad today, I'm, you know, like basically playing worried, you know, about, you know, like what you hear, but it's getting better, I guess, because for at least 2 minutes there was no disconnection, you know, like so. But I see this message. For example, your network connection is unstable. Your bandwidth is low. So all these things are popping up, you know, on my screen. During the time that I play.
It's not very
low.
Not very comforting to see. You're not very encouraging.
So,
but
my doubt is: do I start playing again, or do I make any repeat, or what? You know, like
That's okay. Well, maybe you could just tell us maybe what normally what sort of things are you focusing on with these, I guess, with these slurs and these shifts and these rasgueados and.
Well, this was basically a composition that the idea started about a year ago, and I composed a piece, you know, for my teacher, you know, like who is now 74 or something like this. And I sent him the composition, and he said, you know, that it is good etude for what is called
slurring,
because this is all thirds, you know, like
yeah. So, maybe could I ask you a question about that? Is there something you think about that helps you with, you know, the execution of those slurs? Because you seem to execute them pretty consistently and beautifully. So, is there something?
They are not easy to execute. You know, like actually, if I have a high action guitar, they are very difficult to play. Very difficult, because you start in a high position. But I like this kind of melody, because this is a melody that is stylized on my country of origin, which is Poland, So while not a specific copy of a specific folk song, you know, like it is kind of matching, you know, like some of the things that I composed recently. And Daniel is encouraging me to take inspiration from folklore and basically bring it, you know, like so all those trills, you know, like and legato spanning, you know, like a third or big thirds or something like this, it's quite. It sounds like a Chopin or something, you know, like on guitar, and I'm kind of attracted to this sound. But to make a contrast, I included the rasgueado part. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes the composition a little bit less monotonous. Yeah. So the rasgueado.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I'd really like to pick your brain, Tom, and get if you could describe if there is some kind of process you use to practice both the slurs and the rasgueados. Is there something you do, maybe relating to what we've been talking about, or maybe not? But is there something you do to practice those to make them more efficient?
It is relating, you know, like I know 3/4 of methods that you mentioned, you know, like, and I use them regularly, on a regular basis, unless I forget or I get stressed, you know, and try to play too loud, too fast, yeah?
Yep.
You ask, you know, like the technique, yeah? So the idea of this piece started with practicing harmonic minor scale, yeah, and harmonic scale melodies and melody fragments.
Yep.
So I was seeking to have some motif, yeah, that I can repeat, you know, like a transpose, or there is a term that you use, not transposition, but
sequence,
shifting, you know, like a sequencing, you know, up and down, you know, like a number of times. And why my teacher is calling it etude, because all those slurs involve precisely the same fingering in different positions. Exactly the same left-hand fingering, you know, like but in various transpositions, yeah, and that makes it a very good etude, because you practice the balance of the left hand, basically, yeah.
Yeah. And is there a particular
to optimize and
sorry.
And because the whole pattern, you know, like your left hand transposes, it becomes very efficient to practice.
And then when you do practice it, is there anything specific that helps you to, you know, to learn it or to make it consistent or secure?
If I play it too loud, you know, like I try to make too loud, you know, like usually I struggle, yeah?
So soft, so getting softer is one thing.
What I did, you know, like I selected one particular note, you know, like in each fragment of the melody to really accent it, yeah?
That's really interesting. You've put that into the study. He's actually notated that.
Yeah. And one accent, you know, I actually indicated. And what happens is that the rhythmic structure is in a 5/4. Yeah, not too many pieces, you know, like they are written in 5/4 that are listenable. Yeah, there are some theoretical pieces, you know, whatever, but I want to make it not just listenable. I want to make it catchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a hit, kind of, you know, like a, yeah. And there is, I'm always intrigued, you know, like what does it take to compose a hit, you know, like maybe one day Daniel would
I don't know if I know the answer to that.
Run a workshop how to
know.
compose a hit. Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It could be very similar to your composition. You just, you know, like analyze few hits, you know, and give people some ideas,
see
you know,
what
like
it is.
breaking them down. Yeah, yeah.
Could be interesting.
So this is my my contribution or my attempt, you know, like to make something recognizable, you know, like and pleasant to listen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the same time, make it a technical etude out of this, you know, like so it all sounds attractive, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah?
Thanks.
As far as rasgueado is
sorry,
concerned, I become intrigued with rasgueado not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, you know, like yeah, when I was revising my old repertoire from school. And I was playing Asturias, you know, like reviving, you know, like the thing, you know, like, and I was not happy, you know, like with my whole hand going out just to play the big chords, yeah. So I said, okay, how about if I optimize rasgueado and play my Asturias rasgueado without, you know, like moving my hand too much.
Yeah.
So, so the thumb and everything, you know, like is ready for the next note.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you do that?
Maybe I should, you know, like lower the camera, yeah? Is it better?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
What happens is that through the internet you cannot appreciate the sforzato, yeah. But in the room, when you play it like this, people jump, you know, like from the sforzato, yeah.
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 Yep.
Because it is so surprising, yeah.
Yeah.
So I play, you know, like the melodies quite mezzo forte, yeah. But
can you describe, if you can you describe your what you're doing with your rasgueado movement? Like, how have you managed to keep the thumb so? It looks like you really, the fingers are very powerful, but the thumb is very.
I'm not moving the
Tom's connection is.
I'm moving them, you know,
Just as
like
he's revealing his
sequentially.
secrets, I think his connection is gone.
Doesn't want to share.
It's what a shame. We just missed the insights there.
So Daniel, you know how Tom was talking about counting, Kevin's answered, counting in 5/8. How do you actually count that?
Yeah, Kevin's done a good job. Usually those odd time signatures would be divided 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3. Yeah. So if we look at Tom's piece, it's in 5/4, but very similar. And Tom, let us know when you're back, if you're back. But I think we've lost you.
I'm back.
Oh, you are back.
See
Okay.
you.
Okay, we lost you for a minute there.
I can see you. You know, like the Zoom. Luckily, Zoom tries to re-establish connection.
Yeah.
So coming back to my rasgueado, you know, when you play rasgueado, you move the whole 3 fingers, you know, like I made to kind of together. I'm trying to separate them in time. Okay. So I have 3 chords very closely spaced.
Yeah, I see.
That's right, yeah.
But it's also the movement that you're doing. The fingers are moving very independently. You're not
That's right, yeah.
And so that allows the thumb to. That also allows the thumb to be ready to get back to the bass.
And the thumb to be very close to the note that I need to play next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like we've lost him again, probably with some insights there. Sorry, Tom, we lost you. I think he's back. Tom, sorry, we lost you as you were speaking.
Yeah, so I was not happy how I was playing, so I revised all fingerings and all the technique, you know, like from scratch, basically. Yeah. And now I enjoy myself very much. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Excellent. Thanks so much, Tom, for sharing your piece. And would you mind could I send your piece to the other participants if they'd like to play it? Would you mind if I did that? Is that okay with you, or would you prefer?
I will send you the next version if you don't mind, you know, like, and then you can share it, yeah?
Okay.
Because thanks. I'm not sure if I'm finished with it, you know, like, so I need to have a couple of days to have another look, you know, like, edit, yeah?
Okay, so when it's ready, all right, thank you. And Tom,
when it's ready, so I sent.
Sorry. Could you just describe the time signature, please, and how you think about the 5/4?
I can.
We had a question about.
I didn't hear what you were asking for.
Could you please describe the time signature of 5/4 and how do you sort of count? How do you think about that?
I don't know the question. Your voice is breaking.
I'll try again. How do you think about the 5/4?
My connection is unstable. Yeah. So.
I could try to, let's see. The first thing I would do.
About what? You know, like
3, 4, 5. So those are where the big beats fall. And then he's got that accent there. So.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't really know how that would be grouped, if it would be 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3.
2 plus 3 it would be good.
Yeah.
2 plus 3.
Was the accent? Yeah.
2 plus 3 will be good, but it will be so many changes, you know, like of rhythm.
Right.
That would actually disrupt the reading.
Dee da dee da dee da dee. That's a bit different there, isn't it? The second bar, but at least. For this bar, it's 2 plus 3 for that rhythmic motive you've got there. it would be 2 + 3, but then changing in other places. Yeah, and then it's really the rhythmic variety you have is also very interesting. You know, within the A section, and then getting into the B section, you introduce this completely new rhythm with it's in 4/4 now with the rasgueados.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Really,
and this is.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there. We've covered everyone.
And I can tell you about 5/4. You know, like there was a recital. You know, like not very long ago, a few weeks ago, one Croatian guy on a Melbourne festival performed. You know, in 7/8, 9/8, and 11/8. Yeah. So I had to turn on my brain, you know, like to turn to 11/8, you know, like, and then 5/4 is very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so I guess sorry, we've lost Tom again. I guess we'll wrap it up there, and so thank you everyone for that. It was fantastic to work with you all a little bit, and I think we heard some wonderful improvements from everyone today. So, you know, great job, really well done, and hope you just continue to find more, you know, revelations and more aspects in your playing that can help you unlock the speed that you're desiring, and yeah, I'll send out the recordings to you as soon as I can, and yeah, had a lot of fun. So thank you all, and keep up the great work. And I'll see you around.
Thanks, Daniel,
Okay,
for
see
sharing
you.
your time and expertise with us.
That's my absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. It's been
all.
great. Thank you. Thanks to everybody else.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks,
guys.
Deb.
Thank
See you
you.
Thanks,
later.
Deb. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Daniel.
Thanks, Tom.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Daniel.
Thanks, Patricia.